Now in this chapter we will be solving the exercise number 7.2. The question 1, what it says, which congruence criteria you use in the following. So they have given the information, they have as well shown that two triangles are congruent and they are providing the information. Now we need to find which rule applies or to prove them are congruent. Now let's solve the A1. What say the triangle ABC is congruent to triangle DEF, where AB is equal to DE. So this one is equal to DE. Then BC equal to EF. So I say BC equal to EF and AC equal to DF. So this side corresponding sides of these two triangles are equal. So I say by rule side and side as corresponding sides of triangle ABC and triangle DEF are equal. Got it? Now let's move on to the second one, B. Now here what they say, triangle PQR congruent to triangle XYZ. So ZX is equal to RP. This is my RP, this is ZX. Then RQ is equal to ZY. So here RQ, here ZY. Yeah, and then angle PRQ is equal to XZY. So here XZY. So here these two are the equal. So now side, angle and side. See, so here we say by rule SAS as corresponding sides and angle between them in triangle PQR and triangle XYZ are equal. Yeah. So now here we have to be very careful. Otherwise, and I would suggest the way I am doing, marking those corresponding sides with this double line or triple line or single line, you do that similarly. Yeah, whichever sign you want to use, you can use it. But once you do that on the diagram, then only you will realize what rule is applied. Otherwise, with just reading this, you may commit a mistake doing the things in the hurry. So rather than doing that, just mark the corresponding data information given, you need to mark on the diagrams. Now, question 1, the C and the D part. Now let's look the C part carefully. Two triangles are given to us. LMN. See, the order in which the vertex mentioned of two triangles, that is primarily important. Okay, so you need to pay focus on to that. LMN, then GFH. Now what they say, MLN. So MLN, this angle is equal to FGH. FG and H. So we cross. So we say here, and this is that. Okay. Angle NML. So this angle is equal to GFH. GFH. So this angle. right? ML equal to FG. So we say FG. See the sequence LM GF. Angle L, angle G, angle N, angle M, angle F. So now we say by rule angle side angle as corresponding angles and side between them and corresponding, we can say, and corresponding side between them, is equal. Yeah, since the two angle and side between them is equal, we can say the rule is angle, side and angle. Now look at the problem D. Here they have already given in diagram the double marks. Yeah, EB is equal to DB. AE is equal to BC. And angle A equals to angle C equals to 90 degree. So now let's understand. See, angle A and angle C is 90 degree, therefore it's a right angle triangle. Yeah. Now, so what they say, ABE is congruent to CDB. Yeah. So the right angle where A and C, that's fine. EB DB, so they are in a correspondingly manner mentioned. AE BC, so they are correspondingly manner. But the rule is right angle triangle hypotenuse side. So they are congruent by rule. Right angle triangle hypotenuse side as, and now then we say as hypotenuse and one side is equal in two right angle triangles. Yeah, you need to carefully check the sequence in which the vertices of the triangles are mentioned. Don't rush to it, or don't conclude only looking at the diagram, because you may make a mistake. When you have this kind of a sketch, you expect that AB is equal to BC, but that's not the case. Now, if I turn this, I can put over here. Where see here, if I turn this, my D will come here, my A will come here, my D will come on the B. So don't just look at the diagram and conclude that whether they are congruent or not. See, here the sequence mentioned angle. What is important in RHS? So we need to check whether the hypotenuse is equal or not. So hypotenuse is equal. One side is equal or not? One side is equal. Yeah. So that satisfies the condition of right angle triangle hypotenuse side rule. Now this is question 2, where what they have said, you want to show that ART is congruent to PEN. We need to maintain that sequence. Yeah? ART PEN. Yeah. So now if you have to use, now they have already given us which rule to use, which criteria to use to show that these two triangles are congruent. But to make that criteria, what we need to show that AR equals to, then see here what I am doing, I am not even going to look at the diagram. Here I need to prove this is, the rule is already been told to me. Yeah, so AR will be equal to first two of the second one, PE. RT is equal to EN. And ATPN. Yeah, as easy as. Second now one, if it is given that angle T equal to angle A, N, so angle T given to angle N. Here now we need to be little careful. So this is the given. Angle T is equal to angle N. The rule what they say, uses a side angle sign. So side angle side. Yeah, and what they have given, we need to find out now. So we need to have side angle side. We know the angle, so we need a corresponding side. RT is a one side. The corresponding side for the RT is a EN. RT, EN. Yeah. Then PN. PNAT. Yeah. So now see, I am not just looking at the diagrams. I am looking at the diagram as well as the sequence in which the two triangles are mentioned. So ARTPEN is mentioned. So I am saying RT is equal to EN, one side. Then the angle is already given equal, and then I am using the other side because I need to have to apply the rule side angle side. The angle should be between two corresponding equal sides. Now the C part. If it is given that AT equal to PN, see what they have given, AT is equal to PN. And the rule we need to apply is angle side angle. So what you need to have, what we need to have to now, the side already they have given. So we have to identify the to satisfy this ASA, which two angles need to be equal. So now I say angle RAT should be equal to angle EPN. Yeah, RAT EPN. Yeah, and then second angle ATR should be equal to PNE. ATR PNE. So now once we have that, so what we say, that this angle here and this angle here, they are equal, and then we say this angle here and this angle here, they are as well equal. So now we can say two angle and a side in between them. So angle side angle are equal. Question 3 in exercise 7.2, they have provided us the diagram. These are the two triangles AMP and ANQ. Now in the question in the textbooks, they have asked us you to fill in the reason side. But what I am going to do, I will be solving the complete one. So now what they say, you have to show that triangle AMP is congruent to triangle AMQ. So now, and they have provided what is given in the, so this is reason side, these are the steps, and this is step 1. Now step 1 is APM, side PM is equal to QM. That is given in the figure. Second, angle AMP is equal to angle AMQ. Again given. Third, side AM is equal to AM as a common side. Therefore, fourth, triangle AMP equals congruent to triangle AMQ by rule side angle side, as we can say as corresponding sides and angle between them is equal in triangle AMP and triangle AMQ. Yeah. See, so now this side is equal to this side. Angles are equal and the one side is common. Therefore, we apply the rule of side angle side. The question 4, very important kind of a question. In triangle ABC, angle A equal to 30 degree, angle B equal to 40 degree, and angle C equal to 110. In triangle PQR, angle P equals to 30 degree, angle Q equal to 40 degree, angle R equal to 110 degree. A student say that triangle ABC congruent to triangle PQR by AAA. AAA congruence criteria. Is this justified? If yes, why? If it's not, why not? So now let's first consider, because there might be a cases you will be very much confused with this. So first, it is triangle ABC is not congruent to triangle PQR as there is no such rule or criteria AAA incongruence of triangle Now, since we have written all rules are there. Now, how this is not possible? Let's have a look. Now, this is my triangle. This is 60 degree, this is 60 degree, and this is 60 degree. This is, I am taking an example. Don't mix up this one with this problem. Yeah. Now, or you can see, yeah. So, this is my triangle XYZ. Yeah. Now, I am drawing another triangle. So, this will explain you why there is no rule of this is 60 degree, this is 60 degree, and this is 60 degree. And this is my triangle A, B, and C. Now see, in these two triangles, these angles are congruent. These angles are similar. This is 60, this is 60, 60, 60, 60. Now, can you say that triangle XYZ congruent to triangle ABC? No. You can't put triangle XYZ on ABC and you simply hide it behind. So, simply having equal all three angles doesn't make two triangles congruent. Yeah, you have to have either one side or two sides. Or if it's a right angle triangle, then hypotenuse and then other side. So that is why that rule is required, because see, I have given you an example where these two triangles having the same angles, but still they are not congruent. So this AAA, this what this boy was saying, AAA rule doesn't exist at all. Yeah. So triangle ABC is not congruent to triangle PQR, as there is no such rule of AAA. Now the question 5th, what they say, in the figure two triangles are congruent. They already told that these two triangles are congruent. The corresponding parts are marked. We can write RAT to congruent to what? So triangle RAT is congruent to, now angle R is equal to angle W. So we say triangle W, then A is congruent to angle A is equal to angle O. So we say O, and then angle T is equal to angle N. Similarly, see, now AR is equal to WO. So AR is equal to WO. Then AT is equal to NO is equal to ON. So here the important thing is you need to find out the corresponding vertices or corresponding angles and corresponding sides of two congruent triangles. So here if you miss this, say here this is the right one, and now if you miss something, RAT is congruent to, you say OWN, then it's wrong, since angle R is not equal to angle O. Angle R is not equal to angle O. So when you write two triangles are congruent, you need to make sure that their corresponding angles or their corresponding sides and their corresponding vertices should be matching. Otherwise, we can't say two triangles are congruent. Now the question 6. Here, what is a complete the congruent statement? This statement we need to complete. Again, it's like a similar one. The previous one which we solved. Now this is the diagram given. Triangle BCA is congruent to, we need to find, see, these two are the congruence is already given. Yeah, we know the sides, we have the angle. So there is no issue about it. Even we can apply the two rules here. So side or side angle side. Yeah. So now BCA. So BCA. So now I need to see, when I say BC, the BC side is equal to BT. So I say BTA. So the A is the only leftover vertex. So I am mentioning. Now see BCA, BTA. Now angle B, we got TBA is the angle, TBA angle, and here angle CBA. So B is the angle which is at the first place. Then AC or CA is equal to TE or TA. So my vertex are in the appropriate correspondingness. Then my angle A is equal to my here A, which is the last one here, again here the last one A, which is again the common vertex between these two triangles. So now I can say triangle BCA is congruent to triangle BTA. And similarly here QRS. Now here they have given me all the information possible. See here the three sides are equal and which angles are equal in those two triangles, that is given. So when the angles are given, our job is far more easier, because you need to just write the angles corresponding between the two triangles. Now the angle Q, the Q is correspond to the angle T. So we say triangle T. Then the angle they say R. Here my R. R is equal to P. So I say P. And then S is a Q. Yeah. So here my angle triangle QRS is congruent to triangle TPQ. Keep one thing in mind, don't ever follow the alphabetical sequence while proving or while finding the congruence of the triangle. Triangle ABC, no need to have congruent with the XYZ. It might be XZY. Yeah, so you need to find the corresponding sides, corresponding angles and corresponding vertices and not the alphabetical sequence. Okay, so this is QRS. QRS is congruent to TPQ. Now see, purposefully I have skipped question number 7 and 8 as you that question requires you to draw something. So I'm leaving that to you and I'm jumping on to the question number 9. So what it say, if triangle ABC and triangle PQR to be congruent, if we want them to be congruent, name one additional pair. So already they have given two pairs which are equal. So we need to find one additional pair, and what criteria we will be used to make these two to prove that these two are the congruent triangles. So now what they have given? They have given this 90 degree angle, 90 degree. Here is that angle C is congruent to angle R. See, now don't get confused with the right angle triangle, hypotenuse and side, because the hypotenuse they have not provided us. If they would have provided that, we would have asked for the other side. But now, since the two angles of these two are already equal, they have given. So now to make these two triangles congruent, what we need, this side to be equal. So therefore we need BC equals to QR, and the rule of angle side angle will be used for congruence. Yeah, see, if they give us, if BC is equal to the additional pair, if BC is equal to QR, then we can say these two triangles can be a congruent. But the rule is angle side angle. Okay, so in this kind of a question, you see first what is been given, and then you try to recollect the rules. The first rule by which we can prove two triangles congruent is a side, then side, and then angle side angle. Okay, so now here two angles are given. So if we get one side which is intermediate of these two angles, then only we will be able to prove these two triangles congruent. If this one is given AB and QR, we won't be able to say that this. But if we do little further drill down, we will be even able to say, see here this and this triangle angle is equal. This is 90 degree. So automatically this one and this one is equal. Yeah. So here we use the pair which we want to be equal is side BC is equal to side QR. Now the question number 10. Explain why. This is the diagram given. Yeah. Those two triangles are the part of this question. Triangle ABC is congruent to triangle FED. Yeah. So we need to explain why. That means, in other words, we need to prove it using one of that rule. Yeah. So now they are right angle triangles. Can we use RHS? We can't use RHS because hypotenuse is not given to us. One side is given to us, 90 degrees confirmed in both the triangle, but the hypotenuse is not given. So now one side is given. Yeah. You need to study what is given, very perfectly. So one side is given. Yeah. So now the possible way, the first law what it says, side, side, side. Do we have 3 sides given? No. Second law is side angle side. Do we have 2 sides given? No. Third what it say, what angle side angle. So we have 1 side is given. So we can try for angle side angle. Now angle given, side given. Here angle given, side given. Now this angle we need to prove that two triangles are congruent. But they have not given this angle, but they have given the other angle. So now if I say let consider angle A, which is they gave, equals to angle F equals to x degrees. Yeah. So now my this angle is a x degree. My this angle is a x degree. So now therefore angle C equals to angle D, or I can say angle angle C equals to what will happen in this triangle? 180. The sum of 3 angles of triangle is always 180. 180 minus 90 plus x. Yeah. So angle C will be 180 minus 90 minus x. Therefore, my angle C will be 90 minus x. Now I will be solving for angle D. So angle D equals to 180 minus 90. 180 minus 90 plus x. Again here same, that is a 19, this is x. So now again I write, so 180, again I'll be explaining the sign rule which we learned in the integers. So minus is a inverse of addition. So I say here plus, and then inside minus 90 minus x. So it comes out to be 180 minus 90 minus x. That is 90 minus x. So my angle C and angle D both are 90 minus x. So they are equal. I can say C and D are equal. Yeah. Therefore, we can say angle C equals angle D. Right? So now I have 2 angle and in between side is equal. So now I say reason, step first, angle B equals to angle E equals to 90 degree, which is given. Second, and BC equals to DE, which is again given. Third, angle C equals to angle D by steps done or calculations done aside. Both angles, or you can say equals to 90 minus x, both are, which we find out. Now therefore fourth, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle FED by rule angle side angle. So this much of calculation you need to do. You can't simply say, by since 2 angles are equal, third is going to be equal either way. No, you need to prove that. By which rule you can say angle C is angle equals to angle D, and then you need to prove this, that these 2 triangles are congruent to each other.